Hola, bienvenidos a Spanish Touch. Hello, welcome to Spanish Touch. En el vídeo de hoy vamos a aprender sobre los 5 verbos más comunes en español. In the video today, we're going to learn about the 5 most common Spanish verbs. Get ready! Okay, first of all, we know the 5 Spanish pronouns. Remember, yo, tú, él, ella, nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas. Okay, now we have our pronouns. We actually are going to use the verbs now. The first verb is tener. This verb means to have. To have. Okay, I have, yo tengo. You have, tú tienes. He has or she has, él o ella tiene. We have, nosotros tenemos. You, plural, have. You all have. Vosotros tenéis. How do we know how to pronounce this? Because we have the little apostrophe above the E, the second E. Tenéis. And they have, tienen. The example I have here is tengo un hermano. Now remember what hermano means in English? Brother. So, tengo un hermano. The next verb, we're going to form it just like we did with tener, with I, you, he, she, it, we, you plural, and they. Okay? So, hago. Hago means I do. Haces, you do. Hace, he or she does. Hacemos, hacéis, and hacen. Okay, if you are unsure about who is doing the verb, just check the pronoun table here to double check. Haces la cama. Who's doing the verb? Haces tú, which means you. Y la cama in English means the bed. So, what's interesting is I put here to do, but it also means hacer in English to make. To do or to make. Whereas in English we have 2 verbs, to do and to make. In Spanish they only have 1 verb, okay? The next verb is ir. Ir. Ir means to go. Yo voy, tú vas, él o ella va, nosotros vamos, vosotros vais, and or y, ellos or ellas, they, masculine, feminine, van, okay? So this is the form of the verb to go. In order to know who's doing it, he or she, we would have to use the pronoun here if we don't understand the context of the conversation. So we could select él or ella. She goes to the cinema. Ella va al cine. Ella va al cine. He goes to the cinema. Él va al cine. Okay, next verb we have, which is one of the most common in Spanish, is ver. Ver. And remember, when we pronounce the V's in Castilian Spanish, we pronounce it like a B in English. Ver. Okay, yo veo, I see. Tú ves, él o ella ve. Nosotros vemos, vosotros veis. And, or y, ellos or ellas ven. Okay, they see. So, ver means to see. Here, we have the example, vemos a ti. In Spanish, this translates to we see you. Vemos a ti. Here we have the a when we talk about an action done towards a person, we would use the a, okay? If it's not a person, imagine we are watching the television, we wouldn't use the a. It would be vemos la televisión. We see the TV. Vemos la televisión. Okay, the final most popular verb, or one of the most popular verbs in Spanish, is poder. Poder. Okay, it looks a bit like power in English. It actually means to be able to. So, here would be I can, or I am able to. Yo puedo. Tú puedes. Él o ella puede. Nosotros podemos. Vosotros podéis. Y ellos o ellas, they, masculine or feminine, pueden. Okay? A quick tip, the D in Spanish, Castilian Spanish, is like a TH sound in English, a the sound. Pueden. Not pueden, it's pueden. Have a try yourself. Okay, we have the example here. Podéis aprender español. What do you think this means? Podéis, you plural, aprender, this verb we've not seen yet, it means to learn. Podéis aprender español. You can learn Spanish. Con, with Spanish touch. Okay, so here we have the 5 most common verbs in Spanish. Apart from the verbs we've learnt already, estar, to be, and ser, to be. These verbs are pretty much all irregular except for to see, ver, in the present tense. Of course, there's going to be other verbs that are irregular in Spanish, but if you can master these, you'll be fine. We're also going to learn how to use the word to say in Spanish. I say, yo digo, you say, tú dices, but that will be coming in a future lesson. Remember, these are all the verbs in the present tense. We will look to the future and also the past in Spanish. So, like always, we're going to finish on a little exercise to see how much you've learned from today's class. How do you say you make or you do in Spanish? Tú haces. Very good. How do you say he, she, or it goes in Spanish? Va. And remember the pronunciation with the V like a B in English. How would you say we see the television? Vemos la televisión. And how do you say you all are able to, or you all can? Podéis. Podéis. Okay, that is the end of today's lesson about the 5 most common verbs in Spanish. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with anybody who you think it's high time they learn some Spanish with Spanish Touch. Adiós, ciao for now, y hasta luego.